Maybe something for this one. If you go, you say in cho, and then that
in
cho. Do again.
Okay. In
Cho. And then I'll say hello.
And then it goes right. Okay. In
Toon Jam. Toon Jam. Hello and welcome to Toon
Jam.
I'm Matt.
And I'm J-Man.
And we are here to talk about 90s cartoons that might not necessarily be 90s cartoons, but cartoons that seem like they are from or are similar to others from the 90s.
The 90s.
Hey,
1990.
Yeah, we're just going to talk about sort of the cartoons we grew up on. And this week's is, well, if I said to you, Earthworm Jim, who do you think I'd be on about?
It's definitely going to be Earthworm James.
Exactly that. Exactly. James being the long version of Jim.
Yeah.
So, Earthworm Jim was a cartoon series created in 95, which ran only until 96 for 2 seasons on Kids WB in America.
We don't have that channel.
No. But it was the TV show for a game previously made, which is
From the same title.
certainly better known, I would say.
Yeah.
But
Really hard.
yeah, very hard. But weren't they all back then? Weren't they all? Yes, they were. The games were good. There was, how many games were there? There's Earthworm Jim 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Possibly
There's a 3D one, wasn't there?
3D one, but I'm not sure if that was Earthworm Jim 4.
Then there's Clay Fighter 63 and a third.
Yes, and he was in that.
He was.
And I think that's all of them. So there's possibly 4.
Maybe 12 games.
Maybe 12 games. Things we could look up but aren't bothered about doing so.
No.
So, yeah, from the game to the small screen.
Yeah, that's doesn't happen very often, does it?
No.
Really? Like,
I think it started to in the 90s though.
Yeah.
We've got Earthworm Jim, mainly obvious because we're doing it this week.
Yeah.
More obvious ones would be like Super Mario.
Mario Brothers. Yeah.
Sonic.
Yeah.
Perhaps Zelda.
Yeah.
Not necessarily more obviously. And there is another one that Crash Bandicoot had possibly an on-air pilot, but I think it might have just been an intro for a Crash Bandicoot cartoon that never got made.
Donkey Kong.
But I believe that might have been a bit later.
Yeah, Pac-Man had a TV show.
Pac-Man had a TV show. And I bet there's many more.
Yeah.
If you think of them, just shout out.
Possibly 12 TV shows.
Possibly 12. Mega Man.
Yeah.
That had one.
Yeah.
So on and so forth.
Yeah.
Wario's not got one.
No. Why?
That'd be good.
That would be good.
They're doing, as well, a new Super Mario animated movie.
Really?
From the guys that made Despicable Me.
From Chris Milladundry. Or whatever his name is.
Illumination.
Yeah.
Those are the guys. So they're doing a Super Mario film, possibly. So we'll see. Hopefully.
It could be good.
Could be good. We'll see.
But Earthworm Jim.
That's
where we're at.
And episode we're concentrating on is...
episode 1.
1. Sidekicked.
Yes.
Is that what it's called?
Yes, the pilot episode.
The pilot episode for Earthworm Jim. Now, we chose this because there's actually a very small amount of episodes with it only running for...
And because we generally roll the dice when it comes to picking episodes.
Yeah.
This one landed on Snake Eyes.
So we just thought, why not just go from the start?
Yeah.
See where it takes us.
As Chris Martin once said, I think.
Exactly.
Episode 1.
Let's see where it takes us.
Yeah. And episode 1 it was.
And so give us a quick rundown of an overview of what happens in this episode. Possible and definite spoilers ahead, guys. If you've not watched season 1, episode 1 of Earthworm Jim yet, go away.
Yeah.
Watch it.
Just leave now.
Watch it. Come back.
Yeah.
Or if you're really not arsed, stay and carry on listening, provided you're enjoying the little progress I'm making in this episode today, because I'm too busy warning you about spoilers ahead.
Spoilers. You've been warned now.
Yeah.
You can't complain from now on.
No.
Because we said spoilers.
Yeah.
That's it. So this one, episode 1, Sidekicked, this is the pilot episode where it all begins, and you'd probably expect to see quite the origin story, but initially, from the get-go, it just kind of kicks into the madness. We get to see, through the intro, essentially, what the origin of Jim is.
The intro is the origin story.
That's it. There's no 45 minutes of him and his just casual
he was a little
mode.
earthworm living in the dirt.
Imagine if they did that. I wonder if they'll revisit Jim's origins and just
do
have
a full-on
45 minutes of an earthworm underground.
Well, that's an interesting thing, because will they ever revisit Earthworm Jim? Something we should maybe... the question of the week.
Yeah. Will they ever revisit?
What we're learning this week is, do we feel like they should revisit Earthworm Jim? We will find out on how good this is.
Later this episode.
Sorry, carry on with your own.
That's all right. Yeah, so we start off, Jim in a suit. He's pretty much ready to go, and basically the content of this episode is him trying to find a new sidekick, because his current sidekick just is not cutting the mustard anymore.
He's like the Hulk as a dog, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
basically
Dog Hulk.
Hulk. And it's a sort of an introduction to... Well, I suppose if you're watching Earthworm Jim, probably because of the game, you already knew who he was.
Yeah.
I guess this is the idea. So this is an introduction in this episode to Max the dog.
Yeah.
Princess what's her name?
Yeah.
Which is her name?
Yeah.
Psycho.
Yeah.
And the sort of big bad, can't remember her name, some sort of worm woman.
Yeah.
Not a worm, but like a
grub.
Like a queen grub.
Yeah.
She's got a very long grub arse.
Yeah, very
that circles the room.
Yeah. It's very fat and full of pus.
And we do see Evil the cat as well, don't we?
Yeah, we do get a glimpse of Evil the cat.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's more about sidekicks and poking fun at sidekicks.
The goal of his mission in the episode, save the princess. Princess what's her name?
Yeah, with accompaniment from somebody.
So the idea is you are introducing his relationship with Princess what's her name?
Yeah.
Through saving her, and also at the same time introducing his relationship with his sidekick.
Yeah, with Max, and
through a fallout of instant. Yeah. Not necessarily a fallout, but
a kerfuffle.
That's basically the episode.
Yeah.
So we have a pre-gag.
Yeah.
Before the titles, which is somewhat of a 90s trope, isn't it?
Yeah. You
get the pre-gag titles like a sitcom.
Yeah, that's it.
And this is with another villain you introduce, who is, can't remember, it's something like what's his
monkey
name?
With a...
He's a guy with a monkey on his head.
Yeah.
But the eyes meet, don't they? So
yeah.
They share the same eyes. And he's got some sort of big robot.
He's clunking about and basically doing villainous things, trying to kill Jim.
Well, this is super 90s. They've got the a science gag straight off the bat. So his suit creates electricity, which if you saw a robot whose suit created electricity, you wouldn't need an explanation.
No.
But because it's 90s science gag, he does it by stamping his feet on the floor and like swiping them, and then creates a static electricity. So it's just this like stupid thing with loads of legs constantly stamping them about just to create a small amount of electricity. And then we see Max turn into a Hulk thing.
Yeah.
And basically the villain escapes, doesn't he?
Yeah.
And that's why Jim's like,
Jim's
can't have this anymore.
on the hunt for a new sidekick.
Need a new sidekick.
One mistake with Jim and you're out.
That's it. Game over.
You're gone.
Literally one mistake, because that's the first mistake
we've
ever seen him make.
Yeah.
Game over.
Goodbye.
Yeah.
No patience.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
straight into the madness.
To get into it, he decides he needs a new sidekick and goes psychic shopping.
Yeah.
There's a shop that sells sidekicks, and he looks through a few of them.
Yeah, and they're so weird.
And it's like if you had a list of gags for, let's make some bad sidekicks.
Yeah.
And these are literally the ones that you'd be like, this is funny for us.
Yeah.
But I don't know if we could use it because it's so ridiculous.
These are the ones.
They're the ones they went straight to.
Straight in with it.
Which I think is part of Earthworm Jim's appeal.
Yeah.
Is that it is so outlandish.
Yeah, it really is. Left field.
Yeah.
To the point of almost coming back round to the right. Yeah. Yeah, they're all very bizarre. Like, so it starts off, we've got it's a whooping cough man.
Yeah, and it's like some old man with
whooping cough.
And he just keeps coughing, and
it's like a gust of...
Yeah, it's like a strong gust of wind, a stiff breeze.
Yeah.
So it's not like a hurricane or anything,
no.
but, their heads are waggling the wind or whatever.
Yeah.
That's not good enough.
No.
And the next one, who looks actually probably the best one going, is...
It's got forehead veins.
Forehead vein man. Something like that.
Yeah.
And his forehead veins are so big that they can
naturally protrude from his head, like antlers almost.
And they're like hands, aren't they? Like, you can grab
you
stuff
can, like,
and
pick stuff up with.
But he's like, ew.
Yeah, he's just grossed out by that.
Yeah, so that's not going.
No.
Then there's the third one's really weird.
And I never really got what it was. It's like some...
What's his power?
It's like some weird guy, and he does like
he forgot his suit, didn't he, or something?
He does like this weird speech.
I forgot my suit. And is it? Oh, he's toupee man or something.
Something. Yeah.
And he spins his toupee on his head. Yeah. It's a very weird joke.
Yeah, I didn't get it. Like, I think maybe that was a reference to somebody.
I did laugh, but only because I didn't get it.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
can't
something
do anything
so.
But laugh.
But it's not something that you're like, what am I missing?
Yeah,
it's something that you're like,
what is going on here?
99.9% of people are missing what I'm missing here.
Yeah,
that's quite funny.
Yeah,
it's almost funny because you're not in on no one's in on the joke.
Yeah, that's a different appeal altogether. Not a lot of things.
It's a new look on the show.
Yeah.
And then he picks one, doesn't he? After that.
Yeah. Which is a
and
shadow.
That alone is a strange reference for a kids' TV show.
Yeah.
And he's called a shadow. Which is a rip-off. Earthworm Jim thinks he's got the Shadow.
Yeah.
Who is a sort of not a superhero, but a pulp hero.
Yeah.
From comics.
He's like a well-known.
Well, he is I suppose he is a superhero, but he's more of an anti-hero type thing. But kids don't know who he is really.
No,
I think there was a '90s film with Alec Baldwin in.
Yeah.
But other than that,
he thinks he's got Alec Baldwin.
Yeah. Essentially, he thinks Baldwin is his sidekick, and then he's like, no, a shadow.
Yeah.
And what he can do is create shadow puppets.
Yeah.
This show doesn't miss a single beat for a gag as well. Like every second is treated as a space.
Yeah.
There can be a gag.
It's relentless in how many there are. It's like they overlap each other.
Yeah. Constant gags.
Yeah.
Gag.
Yeah.
All the way through it, to the point where it hampers the story.
Yeah.
The story cannot be.
Story's gone to the wind.
Story's essentially probably 2 sentences worth of story. Oh, well, we've already told you the story. It's literally he wants a new sidekick and he's got to save his girlfriend. That is the story. And all they do is create little showcases for these other sidekicks. So he keeps going to the wrong castle. I suppose it's like a Mario thing. I suppose video game premise keeps going to the wrong castle. I suppose it is a video game sort of joke. It's a video game premise, isn't it? Really?
Yeah.
It's quite
Which is
clever.
good. Yeah, it's good because it knows its origins.
But I think it's sort of it misses that gag almost.
Yeah.
So the gag of the storyline
Yeah.
is lost amongst its
the rest of it. Yeah, the absolute swamp
endless
of other.
little, even bits where it cuts back. It's fourth wall breaking before.
Yeah.
Fourth wall breaking
Was really
was what the genius of now
Yeah.
that we think, oh, Deadpool's amazing because
Yeah.
he was the first
Yeah.
thing to break the fourth wall.
It's like-
90s cartoons were doing it
Yeah.
constantly, and it
Always.
wasn't just this was like because of what had come, like Animaniacs, The Tick, Freakazoid,
Yeah.
whatever. Freakazoid's probably a bit later,
Yeah.
but all those sort of
They were on it all the
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
those like Spielberg cartoons that he did, all of them sort of talking to you as the audience, like,
Yeah.
oh, watch this guy, and
Yeah.
breaking that fourth wall. That's going on. So there's a scene where cuts back to Max, and he's doing some sort of, what was he doing? Butter,
But
a butter test, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, it's
like
like,
which is the best butter.
it's
It's
like,
like a contest. For
Earthworm
butter.
Jim's fighting someone. Cuts back to Max being upset,
Yeah.
but instead of being upset, he's having a contest of whether he can tell,
Mhm.
sort of, I can't believe it's
Believe
not
it's not
butter,
butter.
is butter or not.
Yeah.
And then he's like, oh, and then he does an interpretive dance
Yeah.
about how he feels,
Yeah.
and then it cuts back to it.
There's just so many.
It's mental.
It is. Yeah. Like it is insanity. Like in a cartoon. Like 2D madness. Like
It's insane.
to the
And then
nth degree. Like,
Meanwhile, during this story, you've got a short story going on about Evil the cat,
yeah.
which is not tied in at all.
No, it's unrelated.
It's a nice. I quite enjoy it. It's a nice
Yeah.
little segments almost
Yeah.
of him trying. He's just trying. Basically, his motive is to be evil.
Yeah.
So he's trying to ruin this happy child's day.
Which is it's pretty funny as well because he's just. I mean, he even looks grim, doesn't he? He's got
Yeah,
this horrible.
he looks like a rat.
vertical
He's a
teeth.
cat that
yeah.
looks like a rat. He's got a rat tail. He's got massive front teeth.
Yeah.
And basically, he's trying to ruin this kid's day, but the kid's just so, lighty-flighty,
Yeah.
having a good time that it keeps backfiring on him until he goes back to his house, and then his mum, the kid's mum,
is like it just absolute doting
well, she
housewife.
puts him in a box.
She puts him in a box and then like
to take him to the pet shop or something.
yeah, and then like the
Gets. She's also got another box she's delivering
she swaps
to
the
the
boxes
firework factory.
yeah, and then
And then he ends up in an explosion.
and then flies out to like into the sun or something bizarre like that. Yeah.
It's utterly balmy.
And that's just side story. That's just in the middle of
Yeah.
the other madness going on.
Meanwhile, which is a very Earthworm Jim thing to say,
Yeah.
actually, absolutely accidentally.
You sure?
I didn't intend that.
You didn't.
Didn't. Meanwhile, you've got another side story of Princess What's Her Name,
Yeah.
who is a princess that doesn't actually really need saving.
Yeah.
She keeps getting out, and
She's very pro. She's like
she's a strong
woman
female
power,
figure.
yeah. She's pro-feminist.
She's not a damsel in distress.
No, she doesn't need saving
No.
at all.
Until Psycho,
Yeah.
the villain that's trying to capture her but keeps getting sort of beaten up by her,
Yeah.
whilst having actually already caught her.
Mm.
He builds a giant robot,
Yeah.
and then when that happens, it's like, well, it's a giant robot. I
Yeah.
can't.
Well, she like throw him into a vase, which then happens to be the
The giant robot.
the giant robot that's in its like unfunctional form, which is just a vase lying around the room. So then
And then it grows into a giant robot.
which
Yeah.
is just like okay, cool. Like there's just
The voice acting
Hmm.
in this show
Yeah.
is like, you can tell it was sort of, it's like letting them out of the cage,
yeah,
and you're saying you can do whatever you want. They chew it up
yeah,
big time. Constantly, just odd things like in the Evil the Cat segment with the mum. She's
she's
weird things. The way she says.
the cadence of her voice is
Yeah.
just all over the place.
What is it
She's
she
like,
says? Something like Hunbun in it.
Yeah.
Hunbun.
Okay, Hunbun.
And that's it. No reason for it, but I don't know, you just notice it, and
Yeah.
that alone is funny.
Yeah.
So even the voice actors are like
Yeah.
firing on all cylinders. It's
Yeah.
just gagtastic.
It is, yeah. It's like a nuclear bomb of gags.
So we've got a lot of usual suspects voicing it as well from
Yeah.
90s cartoons. If you've watched one,
Yeah.
you've heard them all.
Yeah.
But there is also in this, Earthworm Jim is voiced by Dan
Castellaneta.
Homer Simpson.
Yeah.
Fame. Which is not that weird until you think he's not actually in any other kids' cartoons
Yeah.
at all. Only The Simpsons.
And
I mean, he probably is in other,
Yeah.
but not as a regular
no. Yeah.
that I can think of.
Yeah.
But if at home you do know,
Yeah.
and we've just missed it out, you can
You
tweet
can
us,
you can nod
Instagram
to
us,
yourself and
Facebook us, let us know at Toon Jam Pod. Otherwise, I don't think he has been. But yeah, I do think it's just it's like squeezing a towel for every laugh you can possibly get out of it.
And in between all those crazy laughs, there's just like the gross humour is like turned up to 10 as well. Like straight from the start, there's just like the language they use, like Jim's little quips and stuff. It's always over the top gross stuff, like cesspool scrapings and like snot. There's like a bit where it's like the snot character.
That's a big like 90s thing. I don't know now as it's as big as it was that snot was such a prominent thing in all cartoons. And because they've got a character made of snot called Snot.
He's just like the sounds that it makes as well. It just those absolutely.
It would desensitise you to snot.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, like just
think
the high viscosity.
The only time I've seen something from these cartoons that actually made me think, "Oh my god, I want to throw up," when it came to snot, was in Ren and Stimpy, where Stimpy picks out a giant piece of snot, and then it like does this horrible sort of strange painted close up of it.
Oh yeah,
and it's like a heart beating because it's
so grisly.
Yeah, really horrible. But otherwise, it was just green goo, and you just laughed at it like snot, snot farts, burps,
that was like a 90s thing, like that green luminescent,
bright green,
snot.
It's
just cool. It's cool back in this.
Yeah, that was the done thing.
It's cool, Mum.
It's cool, Mum. And then you even had like sweets.
Yeah.
That looked like it.
Yeah.
Snot sweets.
Yeah.
Which, that's vile.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
That's horrible.
You wouldn't really.
It's only now I'm realising how bad it is.
That
I've eaten.
That I've had traumatic experiences when I'm supposed to eat snot.
But then, going back, one thing leads to another. Earthworm Jim eventually finds
Princess, what's her name?
In a skyscraper.
Yeah.
And he's got his new favourite sidekick, Eyelids Inside Out boy.
Yeah.
Who I think gets killed.
Yeah, immediately. Because Psycho does a good
smash
feign.
on him.
He's like, oh no, my one weakness.
Yeah, and then he's like, lol JK.
Yeah.
Hammers him into the ground. And then Earthworm Jim's like, I hope he's got a good medical plan.
Yeah.
Because he's dead. Basically. He doesn't say because he's dead,
but that is.
But it's in his eyes.
Yeah. Earthworm Jim, not afraid to go there. Absolutely.
He isn't though, is he?
No pause punch.
Then
what?
He sort of has a fight with this robot, shoots him with his blaster, punches it 3 or 4 times, thinks he's beat it.
Yeah.
Psycho again, psyching him out. That's his like thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh no, I can't save it. It turns out Princess What's-Her-Name's already got out, so they're both in trouble. Then Max comes, he's hidden away in his little...
Yeah, he's...
Earthworm Jim's got this little rocket that is literally just an engine.
It's so stupid.
It just flies around. It's just an engine from the side of a plane.
It just works on its own. It just fires off at great speed.
Then Max turns into Hulk Dog.
Yeah.
Bish Bash Bosh beats him.
Done.
And then there's probably another 20 gags.
Yeah.
In the next 5 seconds. How does it end?
Um,
Obviously with a gag, but he's like, oh chum. I know he says a lot of overly romantic things to
yeah,
Princess What's her name.
yeah.
He's
and
got
that
some
she
good
shrugs off.
romantic dialogue
Yeah.
there. Then he's basically saying,
You're back.
Max, you're back.
Yeah, I should have never doubted you in the first place.
And from now on, this is the norm when
Yeah.
you watch Earthworm Jim.
Yeah.
Wicked.
So it sets it all up.
And that is the end of the episode. Toon Jam! Toon Jam! So in review,
Earthworm Jim.
Earthworm Jimus.
Crazy.
Yeah, really.
Crazy nonsense.
Just non-stop. I mean, we've said it a million times.
I was really surprised at just how nuts it was.
Yeah.
I think I sort of remembered it being zany, but not to that degree.
I really loved it when I watched it. I remember it very well. I think because sort of all those ones I mentioned, those sort of wacky cartoons, Animaniacs,
Yeah.
Especially the Tick.
Yeah.
I really love it. I think because I've always been into superheroes and they were sort of the spoof of it.
Yeah.
But rewatching it and having watched the Tick more recently again, you can see it owes a lot to
Massively.
Yeah.
To the Tick. Big
time. Not that that's a bad thing though.
Yeah.
It's still really good, still really enjoyable. It's a shame it didn't run for as long as it did. And now rating: thumbs up, thumbs down, or shaky middle. These are our rules. These are how we do it. You can put a thumbs up and that is good. A thumbs down is bad, and a shaky middle is an explanation is needed.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
For me, it's a thumbs up. Because
interesting.
That is that level of craziness, I think, is lost now. I don't think anything's that mental, really.
No.
Or very little that dares to be that mental. And for saying back when it was made.
And I think it's not just like you could say, I mean, what's the most mental thing on at the moment? Maybe Adventure Time.
Yeah.
Comes to mind.
Rick and Morty.
Yeah. But that is a.
That's an adult.
That is an adult one, but still.
Not
it's not got the same type of.
No,
it's like that. It's so
feel.
wacky. It's so. Just stupid.
Yeah,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just stupid.
Yeah.
It's just fun nonsense that doesn't really carry much weight. The jokes aren't like, oh yeah, that's actually really clever. It's just like, what is
What's
that
the
doing?
stupidest thing
It's like, what doesn't make sense here to put here, and that's the
what
joke.
we're using.
That's the joke. I am gonna say actually that I'm a thumbs up as well.
Oh!
I could go to shaky middle, but I'm not going to. And the only reason I would go shaky middle is because I feel like it's probably not necessarily something new.
Yeah.
But that being said, I don't know as it has to be. I think that would be unfair criticism because it doesn't have to be something new to still be
good.
Yeah, and from a creator's point of view, not creators but a creativity point of view. Sorry, all these characters are. When you think how the ridiculous characters they've already got, these sidekicks that we're saying are the back end ideas.
Yeah.
They probably are the back end ideas of the characters they've already got because they've got that many mad characters. We didn't even touch on the other regular sort of villains and stuff that they've got in it, and the designs are so like everything in it is created to make you laugh.
Yeah.
So
it's just
character
jokes
design,
on jokes. Yeah.
Character dialogue, story,
The voice. Yeah.
just everything about it is for.
Yeah.
And the games were the same, I think.
Yeah.
Which as well, the fact that it's of a game, you know, we've got sort of now it's still a challenge. Still not made that that thing of a game that's good.
Yeah, there is no real good video game adaptation, is there?
No.
Like,
not that's well known enough anyway.
Yeah.
And you could probably argue that Earthworm Jim
yeah,
is perhaps one of the best.
I'd say so.
I mean, of the cartoons we mentioned earlier,
Yeah.
it's not like they were that good.
No.
Whereas this,
Yeah, definitely not some of them.
this almost flourished as a cartoon,
Yeah.
which is something important. So thumbs up, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Resident Evil, the movie, or Earthworm Jim, the TV series, I know which one I would definitely not pick.
Yeah. We don't even have to say it.
Yeah, I won't.
So, we are doing a season-long competition here at Toon Jam Pod.
In this competition, you will have to identify the sounds of an intro and outro of a very, well, in fact, not so popular 90s cartoon.
So, intro, outro, we will take a small fragment of the intro of a theme tune and the small fragment of an outro of a theme tune. So we don't mean the credits. This is the intro theme tune, but the intro and outro of the intro theme tune. So, peel your ears back, pin them to the side of your head, and listen hard to this clip.
Yes!
Yes, indeed. We shall find out soon enough. So, to finish up, the question that we proposed at the start of this: do we feel Earthworm Jim
is worthy of a reboot?
Is he a 90s staple that, for at least us, encapsulate that period, or do you feel you could bring him into the current social circle of cartoons, and he would still carry sort of a would he fit now? Could you do it now? Is what I'm trying to say.
I'd like to think yes.
I think so. I think Earthworm Jim didn't get the time of day he deserved.
He deserved more.
He deserved more. And maybe, I mean, from what I can see, looking up reviews and stuff, it was fairly well received.
Yeah.
Perhaps they didn't sell enough toys or something.
Yeah.
Or maybe an investor pulled out or something like that that we don't know about. I think you could bring it, especially now when we've got so many superheroes.
Yeah.
And he is a superhero spoof.
Yeah, it'd be perfect for now, I think.
And we've got the Tick coming back.
Yeah. And I think a lot of the cartoons are sort of trying to get a bit crazier now as well.
Yeah.
It's like everything from like Adventure Time, sort of like trying to get a bit loony, to like Uncle Grandpa is sort of like a good equivalent of just nonsensical madness.
Or is it in a world where all these films and TV show remakes that are coming out, it's not something you see that often, that cartoons are being rehashed.
Yeah.
Obviously we've talked about DuckTales with its 100% score, which can only mean good things for rehashes.
Yeah.
And it's not always a good thing.
No.
But something like Earthworm Jim, when it didn't get the time of day before,
it's
feels
worthy.
like you can.
Why
bring
not?
something. Yeah, why not?
Why not? Eh? If you're listening out there, people that reboot cartoons,
the world is ready for Earthworm Jim.
Bring him back.
Bring him back.
Revive him from the earth.
That's our conclusion. If you agree with us, if you disagree with us, or if you'd like to hear us talk about something else that you are interested in and we haven't touched upon yet, or perhaps something we have touched upon but you'd like us to revisit, feel free to contact us on the
trio of places to contact one in the 21st century.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at
Toon Jam Pod.
At Toon Jam Pod. Let us know what you think. And until next time, stay jammy.
Hey everyone, thank you for listening to Toon Jam. And if you want to continue to help us out, you can help us by jumping over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/toonjampod. And if you can rate and review us everywhere you listen to your podcasts, so on iTunes or on the Android apps, that'll be a massive help too. Thank you, and stay jammy.